Perry back with you this week. We saw some pictures of Joey out there.
Playoff rankings, it's I was glad to see people respect our work, and that's it. Move on and play the best we can. Joey and Josh Perry are back. Jalen Marshall is back. I think that's about everybody. I don't know if Zeke's been back. I know his family has, but that's always been my dream, is to make sure that players come back and be extremely proud of what they've done. And at some point, those guys will have families. And I love to see Bobby Carpenter's walking around here, and all the old good players that have impacted and made a great mark on this incredible university. So I love that. They're like family members, and what I really like is their appreciation for our support staff and coaches, and that's really good stuff.
Second row middle, Ryan.
Tyler Durbin's 45-yarder was the longest field goal that y'all have made since the middle of the 2014 season. Do you have like a range with him that you'd be comfortable like up to using, and like how confident would you be with like say like a 50-yarder for example?
Well, I mean depends on the wind and the elements and those type of things. But he's a wish that son of gun had more years. I mean, he's a very good kicker. So I mean I'm in that range, but it depends on the elements.
Front row middle, Dave.
You mentioned you were going to talk to your team about the college football playoff implications. I'm sure it's a conversation you didn't want to have, but have you had that conversation with them yet?
No.
You had mentioned you're planning on talking to them about it. Is that just something you're going to avoid for this week?
Not avoid. I don't have a script. We talk to them about other things. And, focus. I know we had a very good practice, and that's more important than anything else.
Front row right, Austin.
I think you mentioned last weekend that Curtis Samuel had caught your eye on first spring practice or early on. Do you remember what he did?
Yeah, his toughness. He went. He was laid back on a block, and it ran right over whoever it was. And I remember looking at Coach Mick, and just, a lot of times you just don't know the toughness. Sometimes guys with that kind of skill set aren't the toughest guys in the world, and as a result, they don't become much. This guy's a tough guy.
And that stuck with you. Is that the most impressive thing that you've seen Curtis do, or is there another memory?
I've seen some pretty good things. I can't listen a lot.
Far left there, Matt.
I'm wondering how how Michigan State and their program's been for years. When you look at what they're going through this year, do you look at them as dangerous? Because what
extremely
they have
dangerous.
in it.
I know their personnel. We recruited a lot of those guys. I think they're as well coached as any team in the country. And yeah, of course.
I don't know. I'm wondering if because they had lost 7 in a row, and I know Rutgers is struggling, but they win that game last week. If there's any thought they're getting it in order
Sure.
just in time for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, there's the guys that play in the games, and that's one of the things is they're young guys, maybe first time playing, but they know them, and they know it's a rugged game.
The third row right, Tony.
Where does the secondary rank in your coaching career, do you think?
Our secondary, pretty good. First, second, third, first, sixth. I can't.
How pleased are you that with Kerry Combs
yesterday.
and
What's
Greg
that?
Schiano? How pleased are you with Coach Combs, Coach Schiano's vision coming together with that group?
Well, Coach Combs has a nice track record here. Very respected across the country for what he does, very respected within this facility. We think of some of the great players he's developed here. And then Schiano is just like the perfect mix in that room. Four extremely qualified guys, in my opinion, 4 coordinators in that room.
Front row right, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, obviously Demario McCall played a lot more last week, Benjamin Victor. Part of it was, I'm sure, because of the score and et cetera, but you've had some freshmen kind of stepping up. What does that do for a team this late in the year to have some young, looks like viable talent kind of like stepping up and making a mark and maybe being able to use them down the road?
We all know what's happening, so when guys get things, we've been pretty fortunate, but it's really positive to see some guys start performing. That's an obvious answer, but that's obviously true. And we know how rugged these next few games are, so it's great to see some guys start to develop.